Hey guys, it's Stephen here back with another video. Welcome to the Fan View Live. The City have just beat Fulham 2-1, which is immensely. It's Fulham, sorry, Sheffield United 2-1. Getting ahead of myself there. Hopefully I'm saying that in a week because that will do 2-1 at Fulham against Fulham. Just beat Sheffield United 2-1 to go top of the league. The only 100% record team in the Premier League still, which is wonderful, wonderful stuff. And we're going to chat about that game a little bit today and chat to some of you guys as well. Once again, this is the Fan View Live. If you are new to this, the way it works is I open it up to members and I open it up to people who are patrons as well. It's the same link as always. So if you've joined before, you'll be able to find the link as per usual. If you're a YouTube member, go and find it over on the tab, the community tab. You know what it is, the community tab. You'll see it there. I'll put a link to the community tab in the chat right now to that post, and you'll be able to find it. Here we go. That's the link there. You can join there if you're a YouTube member, and of course as well, if you're a patron, you'll be able to find it as well. So I want to hear what you thought about the game today. Of course, you've seen my match reaction already. If you haven't already, go and watch it after this video, of course. But I want to know what you made of another 3 points, which could have been hairy. Could have been really hairy, but in the end, it wasn't too bad, man. It wasn't too bad. We got the 3 points, and that, to me, is always what matters. Thank you so much as well to Amalema, who's become a member. You superstar, mate. Superstar. Thank you very, very much. I did notice it's Big Terry Flanagan as well on Haaland's back anyway. I'll bring in our first person in a second. Here we go. 1 second. You are on screen right now. Kevil, how you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, man. How
Sorry,
are you
I
doing?
sort of threw you in there. I pressed the wrong button, so you were on screen a
No
bit earlier
worries.
than I planned. Yeah, mate, I'm good. I'm wonderful. What's going on with you, man? What did you make of that game?
What a chaotic game.
You'll be dancing around my screen for a minute while I edit it. Also, ignore that.
No worries.
Go for it. Go for it.
I was just saying it's a chaotic game. There were a lot of good performances, some decent performances, and some couple of poor performances. But overall, we take the 3 points. It's nine points, top of the league. No one's catching up to us. Ahead of Arsenal. We're ahead of United. Liverpool are falling apart. So it's just amazing.
Liverpool, as it stands, by the way, if you're not watching everyone else,
Yeah. I saw that.
and Van Dijk got himself sent off for Liverpool fans trying to say it wasn't a red card. It's one of those things where you show certain angles and it looks like he wins the ball, but then you see the other angle, he's just gone through to get the ball, and it is a foul. And yeah, so Liverpool, yeah, as you said, Liverpool not serious. You went straight in there, Kevin Brady, with the big grandiose predictions, but it does feel that way, doesn't it, man? It does feel like that we're probably the best team in the league still, and no one can catch us. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, we are the champions. We are treble winners. I mean, even when the things are going bad, two big moments: the pass from control from Phil, and then back to Rodri to score that goal in the 89th minute. It's just amazing. It's what champions do. It's what Arsenal missed last night.
Yeah, that mentality once everyone they talk about that Liverpool years ago, but the true ones are like, and Arsenal last night as well. Because Arsenal can do what we can do, like they just can't do that. They've obviously had it a little bit, but it's weird because as soon as within 30-40 seconds of the goal, when Kyle Walker was like, "Oh man, I've messed up here," and he burst forward down the wing and he played it to Phil, and Phil had that little kind of tricky footwork and set up our hours. I thought, oh my god, we're gonna get the winner. I thought straight away we're gonna bombard him because that's what this team does. And no one's surprised that we won that game in the end. After that, no one's surprised. And there's the power of that, Kev, as you know, is like people are scared of you, aren't they? People are scared of Man City Football Club. Did you feel you were going to win, or were you a bit nervous?
Yeah. Even I thought we dropped the points when they scored, but again, great mentality. It just shows why the players are there. They did the Aston Villa thing. Like no other players, 8 or 9 of them were there on that pitch that day. So, those players have that mentality to come back.
Exactly,
they still believe, and so even before the goal, Phil had a great touch, passed it to Alvarez, who was wide open, and he put it over the bar.
Yeah,
but it just shows that it's a setback. We go again. We still have 10 minutes left. We will win the game.
And that's the thing is now, isn't it? Like an 85th minute goal for Sheffield United may feel like, oh my god, it's right at the end. There's still 10 minutes left these days, isn't there? 10, 12 minutes left. It's an awful lot of time. And That's the thing is when you've got people like Rodri, as Beppe just said in the chat, he's got that dog in him. He really has. He has got that. He's that guy, and it's really
Yeah,
it's weird because that's
I
what.
got his
Ah,
shirt.
good man,
Yeah,
you got it. It's
amazing.
in this one as well, yeah. I
Yep.
tweeted a while back said he just this shirt, everything about the shirt's Rodri. I can't explain it. It just is. But he is like the thing is the very special players. Like the truly special players have special moments, don't they? They just do. Like it doesn't matter the position. Like they just do. Like even the special defenders have special moments. Like I don't know what it is, but they just win you games. And Rodri fits that category, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has so many clutch moments. The Arsenal 2 seasons ago at that 96 minute or whatever, Champions League final today. I'm sure I've missed other goals
Yeah.
that he scored. So many brilliant, defensively
Aston
solid.
Villa,
What a
the equaliser.
yeah, yep.
We're 3-2 in the
The
bottom corner.
2-2. Yep, yep. The defensively he's solid, passing undeniable. He can put the ball from anywhere in the pitch to other side easily. It's just everything. His shooting is like top tier. Every time he hits, it's a rocket. It's just a perfect midfielder.
Yeah, he really is, and he's ours. And I think it's inevitable that eventually he'll be captain. This side. He probably
Yeah,
actually is in that leadership group already. Like,
yeah.
though we don't know the five yet, do we? Because we haven't seen.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's been De Bruyne or a Walker, but there'll be a time when those two. Have we had any chat? And I'm not sure if you can remember, Cavill, but have we had any other captains this season? It's just been those, hasn't it?
I think Diaz maybe
Oh yeah,
a couple of
Diaz.
times. Right?
Yeah, I think Diaz as
Um,
well. Um,
should we go through their team?
yeah, go for it, man. Go
The
for it. You talk about what you talk about. Go for it.
um, I think Edison he didn't have much to do. Walker was really great. Um, until the mistake, but even after the mistake, he made two or three amazing runs on the right flank and also created the moment which led to the second goal. So it's
Yeah,
just amazing. Diaz, solid, best defender in the league. Ake again, solid. A little bit average performance from him, but yeah, he's getting back to it. I think he was injured at the start of the season, so
yeah,
he's still getting back to it. Hasn't played much. Gvardiol amazing.
yeah,
Really good with ball. He made couple of runs through the middle, like kind of like
yeah, yeah.
Kovacic did. Again, what a player Kovacic as well. Like 30 million is just like we've literally got like one of the best holding midfielders, like box to box midfielder for like 30 million.
Yeah,
And then Rodri, amazing. Bernardo was okay, didn't do much, but then wasn't bad either.
yeah,
Um, Alvarez, the same, I think.
yeah,
Grealish he had good moments, but he also had really bad moments. If that makes sense.
yeah.
And then Haaland missed a lot of chances, but his Haaland, he's gonna score. So
It's one that I mean, a lot of that kind of summed up how City were in general. I thought City were very just like 6, 7 out of 10 today. 6 out of 10, like fine,
yeah,
we're okay. Like, we weren't average, but we were slightly. I think we were better than average because I think we're still actually like the chances mainly fall on one person. Fall on Haaland.
yeah,
And I think City did the job. I looked at the XG; it was like 3.5, and like another day,
exactly.
City should have scored 3 or 4 there. It's like they would
The
create the chances.
penalty,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
the penalty. If that goes in, it's like he feels confident. He puts in the other two chances. It's like 4 goals in a game.
the one as well where he tried to chip the
Like
keeper from a few yards out was an incredible save.
yeah.
Absolutely incredible
I, I
save. Like,
thought I thought he should have gone for the underneath his leg because his
yeah,
legs were wide open, but he chose to chip it
good
that
save.
short distance. Yeah. So I think Grealish, I think I don't know. I feel like he's doing really good, but also at sometimes he's so bad. You know what I mean? Like not bad as in like so when he gets the ball, then he does that slow dribble up until the edge of the box.
Yeah,
That's where I feel like if we are quicker in that, if he's like quicker like he was last season against Carvajal, against Ben White, against Arsenal, the Bayern Munich defender, he was so quick.
yeah.
He'd get the ball in like 2 seconds, he's on the edge of the box creating a chance. But this season so far, he's just been slowly, 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 and then cut back. But then we saw that he did the slow thing and went across and
I agree.
assisted the
He's
goal.
definitely been
So
like he has a tendency to be a little bit slow, doesn't he? But I think he
yeah,
actually found towards the end of last season when he felt confident a bit about pace again, where he was running at people a bit more. But I do think I do want more from Jack Grealish. I could say as much as I think he was fine today and he got the assist as well. I do want to see him sort of become that guy a little bit and take control of the game a little
yeah,
bit. Like cause the way that Foden was demanding the ball when he came on, like I want to see more of that from Jack because Jack he's obviously got he did it at Villa to an extent. I know Man City and Villa are
mhm,
different levels entirely. But he's happy to get the ball and hang around that side and dribble back and pass it. And like, go for it, Jack. Go for it. Be aggressive. Play
Yeah,
and I think you can do that. Like, it's not overly his
exactly.
game, but I think you can do it. So, well, we'll see, man. We'll see. Either way, like it was a pretty decent performance today, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
how you obviously no Doku today. You surprised, disappointed, or normal?
I think the game was too tight to bring on a winger that hasn't played with us at all. Maybe he has had one training
Yeah, I think
session.
it's very
So,
Man City in it that to not bring him on. Like very Pep.
yeah.
Pep. I bet Lilo would have brought him, but there's a cut where you see Lilo with the ears, and he'd probably be like.
I thought he was a little bit quiet, rather than like Pep would be shouting at Bernardo when he made misplaced passes. He would be shouting at Grealish to run faster. I think Lilo could have done that a bit more, but he's respectful of Pep. So
Yeah. No, I think it's
but,
just what Lido's like on it. I
but
think he's a bit calmer actually that way, and I think to be honest,
yeah,
he was very much just waiting to hear what Pep had said because there's so many shots of him having earphones in where Pep was clearly on the phone, clearly telling him what was going on and stuff. So that's
yeah.
what it is, and it's fine. It is what it is. But we got the points.
But we
got
take the
points.
win. So yeah, it's a positive performance. We take the win. We're top of the league. It's just perfect. Hopeful for the season.
Absolutely,
We should win the league as well.
I think we will. I think we are the best team in the league still. I don't
Yeah.
really see. I don't really see a scenario when we're not. I think we'll be fine. Kevin, mate,
Especially if we get the midfielder. Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah,
we'll
if
do
we
that?
get
Do you think
Nunes
we'll do
or
it?
yeah.
I think we will.
I think we might look for another option, maybe at towards the window, and or we might just break the bank for Nunes. If Wolves don't like play with us, then I think we might look for another or break the bank.
Yeah. Sorry, just Nicholas asking me. Just asking.
No
just
worries.
texting me, so it's all good. Don't worry. But Kevin, mate, I'm gonna jump on to someone else. Well, if that's alright, because I've got
You
people
too, man.
waiting. But you're a superstar, man.
Yep.
I'll catch you in a bit. All right. Thank you very much, Kevin. Let me just quickly reply to the wife who's just 1 second. There we go. She was asking me to come downstairs to help with something. I said I can't because I'm live. She didn't realise I was working. Anyway, let's move on to the next person. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, who we got waiting now? We've got Dash Mess. Are you there, mate? Are you good? Just let me know if you are. I'll bring you into the stream. 3, 2, 1. There we go. How you doing, man? You good?
Hi, Steve. I'm good. How are you?
Mate, I'm very happy. I'm happy. City top of the league.
Yeah.
The only team left with 100%. Difficult game, but I thought we were actually pretty good, and I feel like it's just the craziness of the game. But I'm in a good mood. What about yourself?
Yeah. I think we made it difficult ourselves. I think we had so many great chances, like not great chances, but good chances that we could have converted and made it easier for us. And like apart from that mistake from Walker, I think we were pretty comfortable the whole game. So
Yeah.
like yeah, we expect this from City. Like we are not like the scintillating best in the start of the season, but only team left with the perfect record. So it's great. Like 3 wins to start with. It's a great start for the team. And
How does this start? What feels different about this start to you compared to other seasons? Because it does feel a little bit different. But what is
I
it in your opinion?
yeah, I think last year when we had like 3-3 draw against Newcastle, I think second game it was. So like it was somewhat similar because not exactly similar, but it's like we were missing chances, which we usually do in start of the season. Then they hit us on the break. Then we equalized pretty late. And like if it was a couple of seasons back, we might have drawn that game and not win that.
Yeah.
So maintaining that winning record, like it's pretty good. And also because no other team has the perfect record right now, so it will give us more of a momentum that seeing okay, we are the perfect team, and if we
Yeah.
get another win next week, so we would be like the only team with 12 points before the international break, and that would be huge for us. And after that, when we get players back, like John Stones would be back, Pep would be back after the international break, and that would even give us even a bigger boost, and that would be great for the confidence of the team as well.
Absolutely. And when you look at the fixtures for next weekend, and Arsenal have got United at the Emirates, they could drop points there. I'm not saying it will do, but I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if that was a draw.
potentially, yeah.
Yeah, and that would imagine. Look, I know it sounds weird to look at the table this early on, but when we've got that run of fixtures coming up in October, which is really difficult, and of course, you have to look at any chance to get further away. And I still look at Arsenal, and I still look at Liverpool and United. And if Liverpool drop points today, we'll be 3 points ahead
Yeah,
already. And if we win next weekend against Fulham at home, which you expect we will do, if say Arsenal drew, they'll suddenly be on 8 points and be 4 points clear. I think, which would be like it'd be nice that man. It'd be really nice early on in the season, wouldn't it? Going into that international break because I do think that's I'm not sure how you feel, but a lot of City's brilliance is the fear factor. Teams are scared of us, you know. They're scared because we're
yeah,
so
yeah.
predictable. Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely. Like they would be praying today that we drew the game, but we actually won. So they would be even more scared now, seeing that City not being the best, missing so many important players and still winning the matches, because they know we will be even stronger and even better when the season is in its full peak. So definitely scare factor is another thing. And like no other team seems to be clicking at this time. So, like for any other team to win this league against City, it's very important for the other teams to have like a good start.
Yeah,
And if other teams lose a lot of points in the start of the season, it would give even more confidence to City as well. And at the same time, the other teams would be deflated that they would start to think that it's not their season and City might go like 5, 8 points ahead early in the season,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's essentially very like game over for them. So they would definitely want City to lose points pretty soon, but hopefully we get this run continuing. And
Absolutely. And I'm sure
yeah,
we will do, man. I think we will do. I don't know. It just feels different. I feel like there's a confidence this side have got from last year. Like defensively, stupidly
yeah,
solid, you know, and like that's the thing. How good is that defense? And obviously, we had that spell where Kyle Walker made a mistake, but they're so solid, aren't they, Dashmash?
yeah. I think like it's every couple of like for the last couple of years we have seen that we lose a lot of important players every season, 2, 3 players we like move out of the team, then new players come in, and every year new players take different role in the team. Like I have seen everyone was talking about who would be the replacement for Gundogan,
Yeah,
but I think Rodri would become that person who gets more clutch goals, more goals every season. And Kovacic, like he has become like he's so good. I think he never lost a ball today in this match.
yeah,
Like I don't remember a point where he lost a ball in like a good position or like in a bad position for us. And his ball control is like David Silva type. So he never loses the ball. He gives the pass to some other person at the right time. He would not be the person who scores like 10 goals every season, but he would allow other people to score goals. Like earlier, Rodri used to go like used to have like 1 or 2 shots every game, but
yeah.
today we saw Rodri had so many chances to shoot from like outside the box or near the box. So I think Rodri would become that
I
Gundogan
agree.
type person who gets into the box more and score us those goals which Gundogan might have scored us. So
I'm a firm
I think
believer, yeah, in general,
yeah.
that great players, someone steps up, and I said that a couple of times on videos earlier on in the season. I was like, someone will step up, you know, like it's not like everyone presumes that everyone's talking about, well, we're missing 20 goals from Gundogan and Mahrez. Who's gonna?
Yeah.
And this idea that you have to sign that, like, no, someone else will score 4 or 5 extra, you know, and someone else will score a couple more extra because the way that we play will be different. And as you said, like as you can see, Rodri's definitely getting a little bit closer to goal because of the system that we're playing and because we've got all those centre backs. He's allowed to get to the edgy area, and like Rodri, let me do a quick bit of Google, like how many did Rodri score last season? Rodri scored last
I
season.
I think 5 goals in total, maybe
Yeah, he scored 2 in the Premier League only, and he scored 4 in total. Only 4, and he feels like a lot
four.
more, doesn't
Four,
he? He
yeah.
scored 4, and already this season he's got 2 already, so he's at halfway towards his
Yeah,
goal
yeah.
tally. Like, is anyone going to be surprised if he ends up with 10 this season? I would not be surprised whatsoever because
Like I wouldn't be. Yeah, I wouldn't be as well.
he's
Like
he's stepped
he
2 3
he's
already.
that person. Yeah, yeah. I think he's that person, and I think Rodri also likes to score now. Like you see the passion in him when he
Yeah,
scores the goal, and I think he wants to score more goals. It's not just he's getting a few goals here and there. It's like he wants to score more. He wants to attack more in the box as well, and getting that Kovacic alongside him, he knows that the team is safe behind me,
yeah.
so he doesn't have to like concentrate on defending every time, so he can be like more attacking at times, and I think that would help him and help us as well to get more goals from the midfield, which we might be missing at this moment because like today especially like Phil Foden wasn't playing from the start. Then we are missing Kevin De Bruyne as well. So it's important to maintain that factor that we get goals from the midfield as well. Like when
Yeah,
Liverpool won its peak, like they never scored like a lot of goals from the midfield. They only scored from the attacking players,
yeah,
and like that hindered them a little bit in few games. So I don't want to lose that factor in our City team, that we don't score from the midfield and we are only relying on the
absolutely.
attackers. So it's good that he's getting that liking for scoring more goals.
Yeah.
So that will help us in the long term. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's best. I'm gonna have to leave it there. If that's okay. It was a pleasure chatting to you. Thank you so much, mate. Guys, everyone watching this, I'm so unfortunate. I have to go. I've just got a text. I've, no, actually, my wife just texted me. She texted me something. No, never mind. You sure it's okay, Nicola? You sure? Okay, well, my wife just texted me a very serious text, and I thought I had to go. So apparently it's okay, it's all good. Anyway, so I genuinely thought I was about to end the video there. Anyway, Omalemo is waiting. Are you good to chat now, mate? Let's jump over in a second. Quickly first, though, super chat from Mank says, how many years before Walker learns to cross? Do you know what, Mank? I was actually saying that during the watch along as well, and I was thinking... but then of course he actually towards after that he sort of showed me wrong with a couple of really nice crosses. So fair play to him. He's he knows what he's doing. I'm gonna jump over to Omalemo now. Anyway, 1 second. There we go, mate. How you doing, man? You good? Hello.
I'm alright. It's been days. Wait, can you hear me?
Yes. Go on.
Can you...
There we go. Yeah.
Now?
Now, yeah.
Been better days, man. But then I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. What's going on, man?
No. It's just life and shit sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
But then City makes your day usually, so I'm good.
Oh, good. Well, if you want to have a chat, mate, about anything, of course, just send me a message afterwards if you want to. I genuinely mean that. What did you make of the game, man? What did you make of the game?
I'm pretty. It was good for me. It was good. I love controlled performances, you know.
Yeah.
I remember the last time, there was a time when we, during lockdown, I used to celebrate those 1-0s, those heavy 1-0s.
I remember.
Like that. But then, like, this is what you called an experienced performance, and this is now big dog stages. Like,
yeah,
we're doing it. They usually say we slow starters, so it's basically that. But then this time, more controlled and more experienced. We don't have to blow teams off the park. We don't have to do all of those things. I mean, like the other players that I have to hold accountable in the forward line, but then apart from that, you can see that there are a lot of players that have been here for a good 4 or 5 years, and it's brilliant, really, especially with Pip not here and stuff like that. We know what to do and we know how to control it.
I think you're absolutely spot on. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you look at that performance now, and it's one we've seen a billion times, isn't it? Like the thing is, like we're so used to that now. We're so used to that. What this City side are so good at is solving problems. You know, like they obviously they have the game plan, but they're so aware now, given how many times we've seen since this City side come back, not just on the Pep in the club's history. It's something that we do, and it's part of the club's mentality. And I think that there's you see that element of fearlessness. When you got players like Rodri, of course, who absolutely thrive on that, and obviously the introduction of Foden as well. It's pretty ominous, isn't it, for the rivals, really? Because I don't honestly believe right now there's and feel free to correct me if you want to, mate, but I don't think there's another team in this country, that has that lack of fear about conceding a goal. Like I feel like City are just. Is this where the experience counts? Basically, is this what it is? Is this the difference between us and everyone else in the league right now?
That's exactly that. Like we used to have. I mean, like it used to be like 2 years back. I could say Liverpool at Anfield and stuff like that. They could go down and still not panic, and then come through and then they win, like 2-1 or 3-2 or stuff like that, or like back in the days with Fergie time and stuff like that. But then now, I think the whole game I wasn't worried because at least we were creating chances and we held the ball. What is the possession difference? But then like we were doing something with the possession as well. We were getting in behind. I mean, like Haaland was being brutalized, was being assaulted right in our very eyes.
He really was.
What do they call it? The NBA version of the Jordan rules and stuff, where like the specific rules that only apply to Haaland. I mean, if Haaland exercises a bit of physicality on defenders, it's a foul immediately. But then Haaland can be held by the collars.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Dragged to the floor. and it's insane. But I don't know, like it's good. And for the thing is that I've also realized that City fans have also been conditioned to this more. Like we're adopting the poser type of thing now. We understand that it works for us. Go back to the Newcastle game where it became a basketball game, and then now fans started being restless because they wanted us to hold the ball and calm down and slow it down and stuff like that. I mean, like I'm a big fan of poser, but then like at some points it also gets irritating. It gets annoying. I love poser. I mean, like back in the days during lockdown again, I preferred the midfield combination of Gundo and Bernardo. But then now that Kevin is not here, and it's Kova and it's Bernardo, or like, and there's also Grealish and stuff like that. So like I need more from these attacking players. I mean, like Foden is our chosen one. Unfortunately, he was sick, but then I need more from Grealish. I love Grealish, but I need more for him in because now it's time for him to step up. He does everything on the poser side of stuff, controlling the. I love it. I love recycling the ball, but then now when it's time, when you can see that he can take on a player, invert and then cut out again, go down to the byline and then come back again. I mean, like he attracts players, but then I need him to look up, look for a pass, create a bit of space for himself so he can take on a shot because like it gets too blocked often. And I love him to bits, but then like there's levels. There's levels now. We need to be honest. We can't be relying on Rodri. Rodri has been responsible for how many of our goal contributions so far?
I don't. I know he's got 2 goals. Like, he's got an assist as well. He's been excellent.
He's Super Cup. He was there for us.
I'll check right now.
Burnley, like there's a lot of goal contributions. Most of them go to Rodri this season. I mean, like that's great, but then it shows that there's a lot of things that we need to look at from our front three.
He got an assist and goal against Burnley, got an assist against Sevilla, and a goal today. So he's already been involved in 4 goals, which is really impressive. You know, that's Rodri, isn't it? He could go, assist for Cole Palmer, wasn't it? And the Burnley, I remember that one as well.
Yeah.
So it's that's. I mean, I do agree with the previous caller, Dashmash, that maybe he's stepping a bit forward to the season, but at the same time, like it's. We can't lean on him too much because maybe he can handle it. He's Rodri, but I agree that we're gonna have to see more from. I agree we have to see more from Jack, and I think Pep just sort of alluded that to the other day in the press conference where he was comment about we've not seen much creative brilliance yet or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording, but it did.
Yeah, the brilliance. I remember the keyword. Yeah,
it was brilliant. I think it was, but he said at the same time, look how hard he works. So I'm not gonna moan about him too much, but at the same time, if you played a system that's a little bit more solid, you sort of do need magic from your wingers, don't you? And that's the thing is we've gone very solid defensive, so I feel like you can see why he wants to play Foden as a 10 now because he's a magic player, isn't he, Foden? And like, is he? I mean, is that enough though? Say for example, I feel like Jack obviously is still finding his form, but is Foden in front of Kovacic and Rodri? Then presuming like. What would you want to see at the lineup for the weekend, for example? What would you like to see? If you're João Marlilo now.
Like next weekend.
Yeah, and you João Marlilo and you can block Pep on the phone so you can't do anything. Like what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh no, it's literally the same thing. I don't know whether I'd want like Bernardo in the middle or I would want him on the right wing. But then like Bernardo must play, but then like the right wing because I'm in love with Kovacic right now. I mean like simple, effective. And he's looking to be that one person that is looking to play those risky passes to find Haaland in behind and stuff like that.
People told me
like he's the only he's new and he's already trying it more than most of our midfielders.
Do you know what I love about Kovacic? He's so functional. Like, and what I mean by that is like everything he does seems to have a really simple purpose to it. Like he knows exactly when to play the free ball, knows exactly when to just keep the ball, when to drive past people. He's just got wonderful decision making. Like he really has. He's just like the maturity to his game is he looks like a guy who's won the Champions League 4 or 5 times. You can see it, can't you? And like the guy, he's absolutely phased by nothing. Like the levels are just right up there from Kovacic, and like once again, like everyone's like, oh, he's not going to create anything, but he should have had an assist today. Like, he was exactly. That beautiful little through ball to Haaland, and Haaland, to be fair, it was a good shave from the keeper, but Kovacic
was it the one with the chip?
Yeah, the chip. Yeah. That was him, and he played the ball in behind for Kovacic, and there's a couple of times that run as well where he just burst 20 yards up the pitch past a couple of people and got brought down. Like, special. He's special. What have you made of Vardiol so far, by the way, Vardiol?
Oh, Oh, Rolls Royce, Rolls Royce. I mean, my thing is, it's insane how two-footed he is. He also is.
Yeah.
This person is left-footed, but he's dribbling with his right foot. You want to press him and you want to come onto force him onto his right foot, he's going to go to his left. Do the same on the opposite side. He's going to, and it's so cool, calm and composed. I don't know if there's this Croatian factory. I'd love to say thank you to the Croatian factory because like they're giving us gems after gems. I mean, those two look like they've integrated so seamlessly that it is insane. And you could see that um, apparently that it was said that the last game he in terms of like the build-up play and stuff like that, Edison was the one telling Guardiola to stay in which position so that he can find him more
Yeah.
easy and stuff like that. You can see that once he grasps the basics, and then he's going to be integrated into that functional middle John Stones role that people call it, because he is also so intelligent. He can find a pass. Haaland is going to enjoy it once he gets more of that confidence and he feels like that City player and not just a new player. You can see that he's going to be. He's also functional defensively. Like I can't complain. I can't fault him. Like he's brilliant. Both of those are brilliant. And yeah, but then going back to like Haaland running in behind, there's an opportunity where Grealish had the chance to actually just play him in behind because of how quick Haaland is.
Yeah.
And then like Grealish turned and then he threw a foul. Like there's certain things. That's why I'm like, in terms of the starting 11, it's a perfect starting 11. Like bar Foden, you can put in Foden in the middle. I don't know how they're going to work it, but then Foden has to be the one that replaces De Bruyne because he's taking the risk and he's playing the balls in behind and he's quicker with it. But then like I need more from Grealish in the sense of play him. There's certain things that you don't have to necessarily pass the ball back. Cancelo's not here anymore. He's not going to create for you,
Exactly.
and you have creative license on your left. Ake enabled him last year, but then like we need it's
Have
there.
you
It's
seen
just
that yet?
that
Have you seen that from him yet? In your opinion, in the City shirt, like was he like? How did you compare his form currently this season to say the end of last season? Is it what's your general take on it?
The Liverpool game, home game. The Liverpool game, home game was the closest that I've seen Grealish stepping up. I mean, like defensively, but then also going forward with that confidence. I just need him to be confident enough not to just recycle the ball and come inside and just pass it to the next person. He needs to just go in. There's certain times, I mean, like it's fine if it's three players, do the same thing. But then there's certain times where a defender, it's 1v1 with the defender. Do something for me. And then just like byline even, use your left to get into Haaland. But then it's there with Grealish. It's there. It's just that, I don't know. Like maybe he's conditioned too much as well, but then and there are too many rules for him, but then it's there. So I just want it just twice in a match, 3 times in a match where I can just clap hands because now I'm getting a bit frustrated with it.
Yeah, and I think
and it's only that. It's because I'm not saying it's literally because that Kevin is injured, and now we need more creative license. We need more risk takers, and a person that is like that, or that is more likely to be that is Jack Grealish.
I absolutely agree, mate. I absolutely agree. I think,
love it.
Because he can do it. I think we can know he can do it. I think it is there, and I think Pep knows that too. And once again, you look at the system. Like I mean, I'm just looking at. I'm on SofaScore looking at the average positions right now, and you know Alvarez is playing essentially just as a striker up there alongside Haaland. When you look at his average positions, like he's right up there. So you know he's essentially playing a 2-man up top, and then you've got Vardiel sort of playing. It's free at the back when we've got the ball with Kyle Walker playing out right, and he's not going to. He did alright to Kyle today, actually getting forward, quite overlapping Bernardo. But Jack, I'm looking at it. He needs to be on the ball a bit more, and looking at his average positions and so on, and like he needs to. He's capable of it. We've seen it. I know Aston Villa is a different thing, but we have seen him beat and he's never been a great one-on-one dribbler as such, but he can do things quicker. That's the thing. It's about pace for me. Yeah. Like he'd be a little bit more aggressive, and like the thing is as well. What my biggest problem with Jack Grealish sometimes, and I think he's a great player, is that he's just so all his shots are blocked because he does it at such a slow pace that they read it, but like. Just a little bit more assertive, Jack, and then I think you can
he thinks twice all the time. Yes. Like in terms of he's always stuck in a thing of where that he wants to cross it in or wants to take a shot. That's why he hesitates every time when he creates that little angle for himself. He hesitates, and then now the defender comes in and closes it in, and then that's why it's always getting blocked. That's why I need a split, like those split seconds, as you said, like they're very important.
Absolutely.
But yeah. But then, like, also Walker. Oh, I have a question actually.
Go for it.
Because like everyone was panicking that Walker's leaving, right? Um, and then like we saw the pictures in the thing when he was having lunch or was it dinner with Guardiola.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you think that Guardiola actually put something forward, like extra incentives for Walker to stay by captains on then maybe, or like certain things, like for example, if Guardiola was on the sideline and Walker backheeled, if it was any other player, they're not seeing the starting lineup next week. But I guarantee you, Walker's getting away with it because
I don't think
it's
you
a
ever
very
guarantee him
fragile
game
point.
time. I don't think you'd ever do that because I don't think you don't guarantee anyone game time. But what I would have said, I do think you probably would have talked about the system. And you look at the system right now, Kyle Walker's just played as a right winger. He literally is. Like, he's up there at the front.
Yeah,
And I do think he probably would have said, look, don't worry, we're not going to expect you this season to do that inverted midfielder thing because you can't do it. Like, I think he's probably said, this season for you, my plan for this is you're going to be up there and he's going to be Foden or Bernardo are going to be cutting into the centre, and you are going to be really important to how we're playing, you know. And I feel like he probably just sort of needed to hear that because he was at times sort of the odd man out. It's going to be interesting to see when everyone's fit, when De Bruyne is fit and Bernardo and Foden playing regularly. Will he be tempted and Stones is back? Will he be tempted to go back with Stones in midfield? Like,
exactly.
that's going to be
What
interesting
happens?
because it could happen very
What
quickly.
happens when Stones comes back?
And
Because
it's
like I can say people like Laporte. Laporte had I think one of the games he had a howler, and then he never saw the starting lineup ever again after that. So I'm wondering if that margin of error now, because we need Kyle Walker to stay, is it going to be? But then like right now, it suits him more that we have more midfielders and everything. So
yeah.
that he has that role of being a right back and a right winger because we're not necessarily playing with a right winger right now.
No.
But then, as you said, also Pep mentioned that the biggest part or the most difficult part of his job is explaining to players why they're not playing. So like instead of like so for example Mahrez couldn't understand, like it's very difficult to explain to him that you're brilliant. It's just that right now you're not necessarily the tool that I need to get
Yeah.
through this. That's why I need to play Bernardo. It has nothing to do with your capabilities and stuff like that. So Walker, yes, you're right. Walker was probably stuck in the same boat
Yeah.
in the sense that we needed something different. And then now this is how you can operate best for us as a right winger, burst forward and stuff like that. And we'll cover you with the other center backs, and you'll be that. And that's your niche. And you need to understand that certain times when you play certain teams, we'll need something else where John Stones might come in, and you need to. So like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Absolutely,
I get
man.
what you're saying.
Absolutely. I'm a lemon, mate. I'm going to jump to Nazi if that's all right, because he's been waiting for a long time in the chat there. But you're a superstar, mate. And
Sure.
I will catch you very soon.
Cheers.
And I hope you're feeling a little bit better tomorrow, mate. I'll catch you in
Take
a bit.
care.
See you later, pal. Bye-bye. Top bloke. A wonderful football mind as well. All is a top bloke. Don't forget, guys, this is the Fan View Live. Please do subscribe and like this kind of content. If you want to let me know in the comments if you're enjoying it as well, give the video a like. I'm going to jump over to Naz, who's been waiting for a little bit. Thank you as well to, who was it? Arjun Swami, who's joined as well. Thank you so much, man, for coming a member. Massively appreciated. As well as Amalemo and Nazu signed up today again. Superstars, a lot of you. Right, I'll jump over to my man Naz, and after that, I think Fox is waiting too. 1 second. Here's Naz. My mate, how you doing? You good?
Hi, I am good. Can you hear me?
I can, mate. I can. What did you make of the game
Yeah,
today,
I
mate?
can't turn my camera on today, but
Sorry?
yeah. I was saying I can't turn my camera on today, but I am ready for a chat.
No, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. You don't have to at all. What's your takeaway today, mate? What's your broad view of today's game?
It was a solid game. It was a bit boring, especially in the first half, but you were going to have those kind of games, so I'm not too worried about it or anything. Oh, I'm happy with the result. I was just a bit disappointed because I was on board the clean sheet FC hype and we conceded, but
I was disappointed
that's
by that
gonna
as
happen
well.
at some point.
Surprised
So
me how much I was disappointed when we conceded. I think it was more disappointed that we conceded
yeah,
than we did concede an equaliser. If that makes sense. I was like, I still think I was just like, oh, I liked the fact that we hadn't conceded any goals yet. It was very nice, wasn't it? Oh well.
yeah, I just like seeing that 0 under goals against. But anyway,
How do you feel about the setup anyway this season? Because obviously, as you said, we're not conceding many goals, and this is obviously intentional. Maybe it does lack a little bit of creativity, but what do you think Pep's thinking is? Is it a case of where just like, if we be solid, teams won't be able to grind us down, and we obviously have the quality up front?
yeah, I feel like it's exactly that. With Holland is also in our team, so we don't have to create as many chances. So He's just looking to shore up the defense, and I'm hoping. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm hoping to beat the Chelsea record this season of
Yeah,
how much is it,
14
what,
goals I
like
think it was.
15 goals,
Yeah.
14 goals. Yeah,
Well, you never know,
I
man.
don't think it's very hard, but yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't
Also,
see next
yeah,
weekend against Fulham. You,
yeah, most likely.
I mean, who knows? Stranger things have happened. Like, what's your view on the start of the season so far? How are you feeling about it? Because obviously it's 3 out of 3, Super Cup as well. Community Shield feels like a long time ago now, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Community Shield, it's anyway just a friendly. No one cares. But yeah, other than that, good start to the season. Good win against Burnley, then a solid Super Cup win on pens. But the fact that we scored 5 pens in a row is like probably the best thing we've done this season so far. Then yeah, good win against Newcastle as well. So happy. But I was a bit disappointed. I mean, I understand why, and I'm not blaming anyone, but I wanted to see Doku on today for a bit just to see what he can do.
Do you think we'll see him against Fulham?
But I mean, I reckon it'll be like if we're winning, comfortably 3-0, maybe 2-0, then he'll come on. I don't think he's gonna come on like or start until Pep comes back otherwise.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I think Pep probably wants to see him up close and personal, doesn't he? Obviously, he trusts Juan Marlilo, but I
Yeah.
think there's an element
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't really going to make many changes today. And Foden obviously was Foden's the obvious one, but because obviously we know why he didn't
Yeah.
play now. But if we were 3-0 up, he would have come on today. I think that's almost certain.
Yeah.
I would.
Wait,
would
why? 1 second. I just had a question. Why did Foden not play? Because I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, John Marlino confirmed he had gastroenteritis, so a bit of a stomach bug, so he wasn't feeling well. He said in the press conference afterwards that he wasn't well, so he travelled later with the team and he wasn't well, but he said he couldn't play a full night, he wouldn't be able to last. But obviously he had a bit of energy from around 20 minutes at the end, some things
Yeah.
were. But we understand that when you're not well, you can probably do a little bit, but then you're
Yeah,
knackered,
yeah.
aren't you? So it's fine. So basically, I think like, the people worried about him not playing as if he'd been dropped, but it was never that. He just wasn't well, unfortunately. So I think he'll start next week. Put it
Yeah.
that way. He's starting against Fulham at home, almost certainly. And it's gonna be
Yeah,
a big
definitely.
season for Fulham, isn't it? It's gonna be a massive season for him.
Yeah, as soon as KDB got injured, I had the feeling that he's going to do well, and it's just going to be like his not his breakout season, but like
Yeah,
his season where he cements himself as a star and like one of the best players in the world, rather than the best young players in the world. And so far, the couple of games he's played, it seems to support that theory. So
No, I think that's it. Did feel that way because I know what you mean by breakout season, because I guess breakout seasons as the star man, because he's been excellent for a couple of years and so on, and
yeah,
we know his quality. But like the way we look at KDB, the way we look at even Rodri to an extent, and Haaland, I don't think we've often looked at
yeah,
Foden that same way, because he's always been like he's been, even though there's been times where it's not been that case, he's always felt like the tier below that in terms of importance. Where he's been a bit more of a rotational player every now and then, but he's at an age now where he's 23 years old. He's been in this City side for several seasons now, which is crazy thing to say, but it's genuinely true. He's obviously got this chance for several months to show that he could be the long-term De Bruyne replacement. We talk about people like Florian Wirtz and all these other players and whatever, but ultimately Phil Foden is one of the most gifted young attackers in world football. And if anything, like, he's the one I want to see there. And I think today we saw it again. He got an assist again. And I was a bit lucky the assist, but he got that again. And those numbers do matter, don't they? For players.
yeah, I know.
So, how are you feeling about Haaland today? Because obviously it wasn't his best game.
Yeah, Haaland's kind of been off it recently, but I don't know. I'm still not too worried. He still scored, obviously, and you just you just don't need him to have the best game. All you need him is for him to score, which he did. I obviously missed the pen, but that'll happen, especially if you're at City. But other than that, he scored, so I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's ultimately all that matters. Are you feeling confident ahead of the Fulham game?
Yeah, I'm quite confident. To be honest, I was uh, expecting Guardiola to play like a Stones type role today, but
Yeah.
today we saw more of a like proper traditional back four. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do against Fulham. But I would like to see Akanji back in the team. Although Ake is also great, but I don't know. Right now, I've just been preferring Akanji. Plus, he's in my FPL, so that's another reason. But
Yeah.
I just feel Akanji's been quite good recently, and especially in that Stones role. Although people have been saying he's not been that good, I don't agree with them, to be honest. I think he's been quite decent. So I would like to see that against Fulham.
Yeah, I likewise, man. I would like to see it too. I think to be honest, Vardiol, I think they're just more waiting for him to learn the role a little bit because he's obviously, he's
Yeah.
just joined here, and we will see. Naz, mate, it's been a pleasure chatting to you. I'm going to jump over to Fox. He's waiting, but I'll catch you soon, mate. Okay, thank you very, very much. Top bloke.
All right.
See you later, Naz. Oh, Fox has disappeared. He was there waiting, actually. I came back to StreamYard. He's not there, mate. Fox, if you're all watching, still jump back in. I've got a minute or two to wait around for you. Of course, thank you so far to Naz, Dashmesh, Kevel, and of course, I've totally forgotten. Omalemo as well. This is the Fan View Live, of course. I'll give Fox a minute or two to try and see if he's going to appear back in the chat. But of course, it has been. I'm trying to see the Liverpool score right now. Have they? Oh, Naz has just left. Oh, so sorry, mate. Is Fox? No, Fox is coming back on. Is he there? Guy, I know you're there, but Fox is waiting, so I'm going to go back to him. That's all right, mate. Fox, you good, mate? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, is your son all right? So your son just woke up, yeah.
Yeah, my son just woke up. So I don't have much time. I'm on the same schedule as you. When they call, you gotta run.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's that. The only good thing about when I'm working is that I'm not immediately responsible for everything that happens. I ain't changing any nappies right now, man. Like, I've got to do this. Anyway, away from the little ones. What did you make of today, mate? And it's good to chat to you as well.
You know what? Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. First things first, big up to you. I appreciate all the stuff that you do, man. I've been following you since Blue Moon Rising.
Long time, man.
You're a top. Yeah, but I've been following you even before you even had memberships and stuff. So yeah, on to the game. You're a professional.
You're a bit muffled, by the way. I'm struggling to hear you. It's a little bit muffled.
Oh no! Hold on. Let me see if I can take off my headset. Sorry, man.
It's all right. It just sounds like you're a bit underwater. Not sure if it's the same for everyone else in the chat, but apparently there's a bit of Fabrizio, a bit of Man City news, by the way, going on. Someone just said check Fabrizio's Twitter. Apparently we just bid for Nunes again. Interesting. Hello, you there?
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Much better, mate. Much better. Yeah, nice and clear now. Yeah. Oh, you've just muted yourself by accident now, I think. Have I muted you? No, I think you muted yourself. There you go.
Is that better now?
There we go.
Perfect. Sorry about that, man. My bad. I'm getting
myself.
This was a good professional performance in my mind. It was very controlled. They sit back in the deep block. What are you gonna do? You just gotta go back and forth. But the one thing that I will say is that Rodri has been stepping up like a boss in I'd probably say in the last 12 months, man. Coming through clinical, clutch. He did it against Arsenal. He did it in the what was it, the Champions League final? Or was it Champions League final?
Yeah.
Or was it yeah. He's just been immense, man. He's just coming through. Like back in the day, we would always depend on Kevin De Bruyne to like do something.
Yeah.
Depend on Leroy Sané, Raheem, just kind of create brilliance. But the wingers that we have right now, it's kind of different. Like they're not really they're not really attacking that byline. And Grealish, like honestly, like I love the guy, but if he would just go to the line a little bit more, it just becomes a little bit too predictable for him. Like I saw today, I saw a defensive midfielder jog over to him while he had a one-on-one, and he was already turning back to play the ball back. Like I understand Pep wants us to like hold on to the ball and maintain possession and pause, but there's some times where you just got to hit that byline. Like, look what happens when he hits the byline. We score.
Yeah.
If he would just do it, that's why I'm just excited about Jeremy Doku, because he's going to provide us with a different element that we haven't had in a long time.
Oh, mate, I can't wait.
Yeah, man. It's going to be different. Just another weapon to use, because we have Phil Foden who can attack that byline, but it seems that Pep really likes Grealish more on that left side. So We'll see, man.
I can't wait
We'll
to
see.
see.
I can't wait to see
what the team looks like. In a couple of
In
months'
a
time,
couple
because
of
who
months'
knows
time,
what
because who
Guardiola's
knows
going
what
to do.
Guardiola's going to
I'm
do.
getting a massive echo,
I'm
by
getting a
the way,
massive
because
echo,
I'm
by the
hearing
way,
my voice
because I'm
coming back
hearing
from
my
your
voice coming
phone.
back
So
from
I'll
your
keep my
phone.
questions.
So I'll keep my
man.
questions.
Don't worry,
Sorry,
it's
man.
fine.
Don't worry, it's fine.
My bad, brother.
No.
No.
What did you make
What did you make of
the overall game today?
the overall game
Away from
today?
Jack Grealish
Away
and
from
so
Jack
on. The
Grealish and
performance
so
was
on.
difficult.
You know what?
Sheffield United.
Difficult for United.
It was all right. It was like it was a decent game. I expected them to sit down in a low block. I expected us to have to really probe and see what's going on, and eventually we got through.
Yeah,
which was necessary, which was proper. My only issue with the game today, like I don't care about Holland missing a PK. It happens. We all make it happens. That's fine. But the Kyle Walker heel into the box when the guy played the ball, all you have to do is shield it out and just let it go out. You decide to be a superstar and try to back heel. If Pep was there today, Pep would have chokeslammed this guy and DDT'd him into the dirt. You don't do that, man. That's like, it's so pathetic. But then to see him not beat himself up about it and come back and provide 2 assists, like not even 2 assists, but he got in 2 pretty good crosses after the fact. So yeah, man, kudos to him. But he just needs to fix up, man, because this is the same reason why Pep like kind of benched him last year. Like, we love you and you're great at what you do, but you're not necessary in this team.
Yeah,
you understand? So everybody's got to be there. They have to earn it, and stupid stuff like that. If you do that in the Champions League, we're out. You wouldn't do that against Real Madrid. So why are you doing it against Sheffield United? That's my question.
He got a little bit too cocky.
And
that's
yeah,
the thing.
man.
He's obviously got so much experience, but it's going so well. Playing against his boyhood club. He's got to be smart on that.
Yeah.
Mistakes like that.
Exactly. Like, and I understand. I love the cockiness. I love, like, you put your chest out, like, you feel that you can beat everybody in front of you. Like, as a defender, back in the day, I used to feel the same way. But you have to play with your brain. You have to play with your brain too. Like, the ball has been touched by another player. It's going out. Let it run. Shield. That's all you have to do. And this guy tried to do something special. But besides that, man, it was a decent game. If we didn't have that mistake, it's 2-love. Can't really complain. We're 9 points. Perfect.
Are you scared of anyone else?
In this league?
You know what? I would say Arsenal, but what I think is happening to Arsenal now is what happened to us after we got rid of Leroy Sané and we kind of moved away from flying wingers, and they're trying to play like more controlled kind of game. And that doesn't benefit the likes of Martinelli and Saka, who are just runners.
Yeah.
So when you can't do what you're normally doing, it causes a little bit of a problem. But it's the same thing Pep did. He tinkered until he found something that worked. Personally, I hope that they continue. Arteta continues to tinker, just to kind of give us a little bit of breathing room, because they will drop points in, like, if they continue to do what they're doing. But if they go back to what they did last year, it's going to be a problem. But I will say, even after our first season, when we just kind of went 100, like even after we went 100 points, the following season after that, everybody played a low block. Not everybody played a low block against Arsenal last year. Yeah. This year, they're going to get what we get, and it's going to be frustrating for them, because they're going to feel that they should be winning games, but they're not going to win the games that they're supposed to, because a low block is difficult to beat, and you have to be creative. So you might be able to beat a couple teams here and there, but if teams are resolute, and if their teams are just being resolute and they're just sitting back and they're defending with their lives, they're going to have trouble. You saw it today for us. If Rodri doesn't score that, it's a tie game. And that could happen.
Absolutely.
Speaking of low blocks,
we've been stung many times before.
Yeah, we have, man.
We know him.
Exactly.
Speaking of low blocks, it was obviously bought for that reason. What are you expecting from this season? What's your expectations?
To be honest with you, I'm just expecting us to at least to have him to be able just to kind of be like high and wide, and literally just kind of look like he's going to be going into the midfield and just doing that thing where he just cuts back with the outside of his foot, and he's going to be gone down to the line. And I think he's going to get a whole bunch of assists for Haaland this year, and for Alvarez too, because we just need someone to be able to feed them faster. Jack Grealish doesn't cross, and whoever's playing on the right, like, can't really depend on Kyle Walker to cross, because his crossing is like kind of horrendous. But I love the guy. He's, for what he does, he's amazing as a defender. But going forward, not my favorite, but one of the best right backs in the world. But yeah, I personally think that we'll be all right. I think we're going to be all right. And Doku's going to add a different element to our game. I can't wait to see him play, though.
Got no worries about
You know what? No, not really, because if we do this whole control thing until he actually, finds his wings, we just bring him in like the 70th minute and let him just terrorize defenses until he's ready to go. But I mean, with his think of today, Foden comes on and all of a sudden it's instant energy.
Yeah.
So imagine you have Foden's energy, Alvarez's energy, Doku's energy among some of the older guys who don't really have legs like that. It's going to be a problem. Because right now I find that we're a little too predictable. We're a little too predictable, but we're good though. That's why we just continue to win. Like we're just a beast.
That's the thing is.
We
don't necessarily
need
Daka
Daka
as well to win games.
So
I think that's what the power of what he's going to bring to us is that he's another option, another weapon, and the first weapon he's always brilliant anyway. So I think he'll be absolutely fine. It'll take a little bit of time to
get his first start,
but that's going to be. It's not going to be an issue.
It's not going to be an issue.
I do think he'll make it maybe next weekend. I think we'll be winning comfortably. And I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, man.
As well.
I just want to see 12 points. I just want to see 12 points on the table. That's all I want to see before the international break. I just want to see perfect points accumulated, and I want to see no more goals scored against us, man. Today like it was cringe, man. I can't believe we let that goal go in, man.
That's the thing is I agree.
12
points, top of the table. Rivals just scared us. That's half of the battle, man.
Think of last year. We started off so slow, and we just we're slowly creeping in increments. But this time we started off fast, and we don't usually start off quick like this. Nope. We really don't. Really don't. So I'm interested in seeing how these other teams are going to fare now that we're like, even though we may not be playing the best right now at our top, but I think that we're still dangerous, and it can only get better from here.
We will see. Fox, it's a pleasure to chat to you, mate. I'm going to go over to Guy.
Thank you, brother.
I'll catch you soon.
All right, man. Have a good.
You too, mate. Top bloke. I'm going to bring on Guy if he's ready to come in. How you doing, my man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I'm wonderful, man. I'm wonderful. What can we ask for? 3 out of 3. I could have scored a few goals today, but I'm a bigger picture guy. You know me by now. I'm a bigger picture guy, and I think the picture looks pretty rosy. Do you share that view?
I mean, I do share the view that like it's a great start. We've really. I think this team is more than any other team, like built to put points on the board.
Yeah, settled.
But I don't think we're as easy on the eye as some of the other Guardiola teams. But like 3 games we've conceded 1 goal, 9 points. It's like even the goal that we conceded, bullshit in my opinion. Yeah. I don't actually blame Walker that much. I know it's
I do.
I don't I honestly thought like my initial instinct when the ball was going to go out of play was play a back heel. Honestly, I'm not even joking. Because I trusted him. I trusted him to get it right. But whatever, happens. By the way, did you see that on their goal? Like I think it was McBurney, just like blocked Ederson from diving.
Joe, I need to rewatch it.
Did I not? I was flabbergasted that it wasn't like sent to a VAR check because he literally just stood offside and blocked our keeper from diving into the ball. I didn't know you could do that.
I'm gonna try and find a clip of it. Let's have a look. I want to watch it again now.
And obviously the Haaland multiple penalties that we should have gotten with all the rugby tackles, just awful. They played really.
I don't think he did. But I think you might have misremembered it because he's not really. He's already dived when he gets to him. I know what you mean. He sort of dives onto him, but I don't. I think looking at the dive now. I think I would have.
I thought he would at least.
Every single dive you watch again, he sort of just flops. He doesn't really jump up. It's a bit. To be honest, I would put it down as Ederson's not done very well there because he sort of just collapses as opposed to jumps, and like you'll see it again if you watch. Actually, watch it in slow motion. Then
I'll watch it again. When I watched it in the game, I thought surely like he is stopping him from fully stretching, and he's in an offset position. I don't know.
I know what you're getting at, but he's always sort of crumpling down. I've literally got it on like slow motion because Twitter lets you do like 0.25 speed now, so I'm watching it again. Either way, it was wasn't the best goal. As you said, it was naff. It was a lot of nonsense, that goal, and that's the one thing, by the way, which is like I've been really impressed with. I know it's not sexy or exciting, but the defense is ridiculous. Like it's stupidly good, man. Like I didn't think we were going to concede a shot at one point. I think it was 75th minute then we conceded our first shot on goal. Like that's going to be everything, isn't it, this year?
I thought Guardiola was my man of the match personally. I just love watching him play football. I am surprised that Pep is basically choosing to play him as sort of a traditional left back. Honestly,
He's doing his RB
he's
Leipzig role for what it's worth. Like I looked at the stats and it's very similar. You know, his heat map sort of as a left centre back in a free. Like he's playing left wing, left sided in a free defensively. I was on SofaScore. Like I'm not looking earlier and finding his average position. And let me just kind of see if I can share it share it so you can see it now on StreamYard, where you can see average positions here. I don't know if anyone can see this or not. I'm not sure it will work. I'll put it in the chat. I'm not sure if that will work. I don't know. But
I don't know
anyway,
if it's my internet, but I can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear me?
See. It's probably my internet, but like okay. You're very robotic.
Oh, is that any better? I don't know. Have I done something wrong there?
I don't know if anyone else on the stream.
I'm not. I mean, it's connection showing good for me. So sorry, man. Feel free to just chat about whatever you want to chat about. Then, if you can't hear me very well, go for it.
I think that was a very divisive performance by Grealish. I'm not really sure what to make of it. What did you make of it?
I think he's had a slow start to the season, and I think he definitely needs to be more assertive. I feel he's gone back to the Grealish of a year ago, where he was a bit passive. But then I do think towards the end of last season he was a lot more aggressive and he definitely got more involved. And I think towards the end of the treble running he was being just, particularly against things like Bayern, when he was running at people, running past them and stuff. That to me is what I like to see. I know he's never going to be a 15-goal season player. I know he's not going to be. I'd love that, but I almost accepted that. But right now he's definitely being. I just wonder if it's just early start. I wonder if he's not found his form yet, because he's never lack effort, because I feel like he doesn't lack that. I don't think Grealish is not anything other than a try. I think he is, but he just looks a little bit like just rusty. Is the way I can describe it. He's just very predictable. But then again, he felt like he was like that at the start of last season, and I think his form did improve. I think it did, and he had some really good games towards the end of last season. And I don't think he's rarely the star. I do think he can be that, and I think he wants to be better, but. He feels a little bit within himself at the moment, so I think that's a fair thing to say. But he got his assist, so fair play to him. You know, he did his job as a winger today, and ultimately that's all he's there to do. If he gets one cross per game, it equals a goal. You know, you want to see it more often, but any game that he's done that, he's genuinely, unless he has a stinker, he's done his job. But Pep, we know this anyway because Pep's mentioned it. Pep wants more from him, so that's a fair comment always.
I think fans usually go to the sort of the default position that's like, no, you don't understand what Grealish's place in the team is. Pep wants him to recycle possession, keep the ball, hold the ball, and find a central pass and stuff like that. I think that's overstated. I think Pep does expect a lot more in the creative department from Grealish than he's currently outputting. And I think the reason he's not outputting it is either mental or some of the things I feel like he just doesn't have it in its locker. So cutting in and bending one top corner, I've given up on the fact that it's ever going to end up in the top corner. Yeah. I know it's going to end up in the defender's chin every time. And I do feel like he deserves criticism for that part of his game. It's like the fact that you're, a winger for Manchester City, but those parts of your game are quite weak, honestly. I think people are giving him a little bit too much of a pass.
It's weird because he's never was that. That's the thing. He's never been that. It's weird because I guess sometimes they defend what he is and what he isn't. It's like you can't sign a guy who's not a goal scoring dribbling winger and go, why are you not a goal scoring dribbling winger? Because he wasn't at Villa either. That's the thing. So it's a weird one. Like I don't know, but at the same time,
but if we talk about it on those terms, where it's like actually maybe a goal scoring winger on that position could work very well within the current circumstances. So it's like it's not like Grealish is there because he does everything that Pep wants perfectly. I think that's the point. I think we have to acknowledge the flaws as well, and we have to acknowledge that actually the current formation does expect a player of the player who plays there to to have a little bit more in his locker. So I was begging him to go on the outside because I know he's capable, and he's done that once this entire match, and it resulted in an assist. I don't understand why he hesitated, why he doesn't do it more, why he always stands up the defender. I feel like he always takes an extra second, an extra 2 seconds, and while it's like, okay, we won the game, it's great. He did his job, he got an assist. He, what I think about Grealish is that he leaves something to be desired. Every game that I watch him, I'm like, I know there's like a player that has gotten as much space in that position. If it was a Mitoma, if it was a Vinicius Jr., I feel like, man, we would be just. It's like when we watched the False Nine. It was like great, False Nine, but always in the back of my mind there was like, what if there was like a top striker there?
No, I think that's fair. It is true that he has the slightly. It's weird because like Pep does want different. He does want certain things from him, but he also will do things like when I was doing the research for the docu video. He's like the fourth most progressive carrier in European football last season in terms of how much he brings up the pitch for City. I know that's not an exciting stat, but I guess what that points is like he's the guy who gets the ball up the pitch in this team. But now I guess the counter argument would be now I would say when you've got such a defensive, we don't get beat on the transitions anymore. When you've got that solidity, you'd probably at some point you'd be like, well, if we're going to play more defensively, I guess you want more from the wingers, and I would agree at that point. Like if you're going to have more defenders down here, the deep, and it feels like we do have more defenders these days. It's not unfair to expect more flair from the forward players, and I actually agree with that. I think it's fair, and like it's a weird one because like I do think we're judging him. I honestly personally I can't prove it, but I think his form was better at the end of last season than it is now. I think it is. I think it's dropped off a little bit. And I think he was showing some encouraging signs where he did have some good games, and he had a couple of games where he was running at people as well. He's never going to be Vinicius Junior, but Vinicius Junior gives the ball away an awful lot as well. So like there's two ways looking at it, and but he's still a tick in the heart because he's Vinicius Junior. But it's apple and oranges, Is the different things, and it's really weird. And it's ultimately Pep signed him, and it's like, well, if you signed him and he's never been an out and out left winger, then it's a weird one with Jack Grealish. But I don't think.
Do you feel like maybe the fact that we have someone whose designated position is carrying the ball like Kovacic now sort of highlights a little bit of like the lack of what else Grealish brings to the table?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Because it's not enough, is it? Like, and to be honest, what it's worth, ultimately, you're right. Into us that Pep's mentioned it too, and I do wonder if Doku, as good as he is, can he put him out of the team? And I think we'll be very interested to see where we're at in 3 months' time. Like if he's not offering enough, and Doku, he does adapt to Man City, then it could be that Pep likes an inverted wing. It could be that if Vardy starts to push forward a little bit more, he doubts. We'll see, man. It's like, but the Grealish thing is an interesting debate. I think it's fair to say it's weird for Grealish because he's not what people would associate as a winger. And I think we all have these expectations. And I know it sounds so trite to say it, but Pep will be like, we want a treble, and everyone's like, and there's an element of like, well, he is involved in that, and he pretend he isn't, but the things he attributes he does bring to the game are not always the prettiest, but they're there, and even as bad as some people make him out to be, we just wouldn't have won a treble. It's just that's genuinely true. Like, but at the same time, I agree.
He's not bad at all.
Yeah,
he's a wonderful player. I absolutely adore him. We won the game today because of his bit of brilliance. It has to be said. It also has to be said that we're 9 out of 9. We are the only team perfect in the league. I've honestly not impressed by anyone in the league so far. I think every single team has the clown gene in them. And it's true. I mean, every single team does something clownish. Today, Liverpool. Yesterday, Arsenal.
Liverpool just won. So.
Okay. Fair play.
10 men. Nunes last minute winner. So fair play.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. So.
Okay, but you signed the first half. That was like ridiculous. But yeah, like I think a lot of people said this. Like I don't want to say this, but I think this season, whoever finishes second is going to finish way behind City. I'm sorry, I just don't see it with anyone.
I think you're right, man. I think you're right, and I hope you're right. Guy, on that note, I'm going to go and shoot. I'm going to help the wife get the little one to bed in a bit. Thank you so much, man. It's a pleasure chatting to you, as always. See you later, pal. Guys, thank you for watching the Fan View Live. Over an hour and 10 of chat there to loads of Manchester City fans from around the world. It's been a pleasure, as always. Of course, if you want to catch my view, you can on my match reaction as well, and also the watch-along highlights. I'll be live tomorrow morning with Asan about 10 a.m. We'll be doing a chat about all things Manchester City, Nunez, of course, the game today. I'm looking forward to it, and of course, there'll be the 5 things learned tomorrow. So 2 more videos coming tomorrow, guaranteed, live at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'll see you then. For now, though, like this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and up the Blues. Top of the league. Come on, you Blues.